Hello, dear friends. I'm the mother of the dinosaur that used to hatch every morning. And I'm going to take it easy out and read. The essence of my toast was written in my head years ago, maybe even decades ago. But I was never so greedy as to conjure up a girl as wonderful or complete as Kristen, and so flawlessly matched with James. Did I mention her high cheekbones? Opening smile? Well, I'll stop now. Liz always tells me to, Mom, choose your audience. She begs me, choose your audience. And I'm preaching to the choir. My mom, known as Mother to her grandchildren, kept a batch of my childhood books at her house so she could read aloud to James. Who was Jamie then? One of James's favorite books at Mama's house was my old golden book version of Sleeping Beauty. Its illustrations were lifted from a Disney movie. But there was a particular page in that book that James insisted be repeated, and repeated, and repeated. On this page was Prince Philip, sword and shield in hand, poised on the steps of Maleficent's dungeon. He had broad shoulders and high-cuffed boots. His rugged face looked somber and resolute. This was the favorite look of James whenever he put on a costume. A man of action, a man of few words. Also on this page were three good fairies showing Prince Philip the way out of the dungeon to the tower where Sleeping Beauty was fast asleep. But first, they armed him to do battle with evil. And this is the line that James could not hear too many times. Quote, they armed him with the sword of truth, the shield of virtue, and the strength of true love. Then they led him out of the castle and back to the princess. And this is where my prop comes in. It is a much loved and rumpled sort of a neck wrap. It's homemade. Shiny gold-toned buttons are pinned onto it with safety pins, and they were pinned with the earnest, intent hands of a young boy. Badges of bravery and of service. It is the collar adornment to every cape that James ever wore. And there were many, very many. It's been in my top drawer for years for safekeeping, but it is now time for me to relinquish it. And I give it to beautiful Kristen. James has long had the truth and the virtue on his side. He is a magnificent son. But the strength of true love was not his until the Metal Valley deepened his love for Kristen and hers for him. Right here where we are today. Just the way a proper fairy tale always turns out. Happily ever after. Cheers.